soft layered, well seasoned pumpkin chapati. That is what we're going to be making in this recipe, and it's going to turn out amazing as always. I have several other chapati recipes which you can check up here or in the description box, and all the recipes are super easy to follow and very delicious. You're going to need some all-purpose flour, your pumpkin which you have peeled and chopped up into medium pieces, salt, sugar, cooking oil, and warm water. So we are going to start off by boiling our pumpkin. So you're going to place a pot over medium flame and add in 2 cups of water. Transfer in your pumpkin. Add in half a teaspoon of salt. Cover your pot and boil the pumpkin until tender. That is going to take around 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to check on my pumpkin if it's ready. Once my skewer can run through the pumpkin is well cooked, so you can also use a fork. So I'm going to put out the flames, drain off the water. This is how my pumpkin is looking, and it's nice and tender. So I'm going to use a masher and mash down my pumpkin. Once done, you're going to let your pumpkin sit for around 5 minutes so that it can cool down. When it's cooled down, you're going to place aside. Pick a bowl. Then you're going to add in your all-purpose flour. Place aside, and into my lukewarm water, I'm going to add in my salt, sugar. Stir the sugar and salt until fully dissolved into the water. The salt is going to season the chapati, while the sugar is going to add in a very nice taste to the chapatis. So once it's dissolved, I'm going to check if it's perfect. I need a little bit more salt. So I'm going to pick my salt, add in a little bit more, around half a teaspoon. Remember, we added in half a teaspoon to our pumpkin while it was boiling. So yeah, this is going to fully season the chapati. Yeah, perfectly seasoned. So now I'm going to place my water aside, pick my pumpkin puree. Is it a puree? Yeah, it's a puree. Transfer to your flour. This is around 2 cups. Mixing together with your flour until all the moisture is fully absorbed by the flour. Then you're going to gradually add in your water. The pumpkin is going to add in a very nice pumpkin flavor to the chapatis, which is going to be amazing. So gradually I'm going to add in some seasoned water. I'm going to go in with my hands and massage in the wet ingredients so that they can get fully combined with the dry. Add in a little bit more water. And as you can see, the dough has a nice yellow color from the pumpkin. If you notice that your dough is on the wet side, you can gradually add in some all-purpose flour while kneading until the dough is soft and elastic. The flour is going to give structure to the chapatis, and kneading for around 3 to 5 minutes is going to make the dough soft and elastic, which is going to make very soft layered chapatis. I'm going to add in some flour. Here's a quick tip for you. If you add in your all-purpose flour, water, then add in your pumpkin, it's going to be very sticky. So if you want to make the recipe very easy for you to work with, add in your mashed pumpkin, and because it has moisture, the moisture is going to absorb into the all-purpose flour before you add in your water. I don't know if I make sense. So this is how my dough is looking after kneading for around 5 minutes. And as you can see, the dough is soft. So next, I'm going to add in some cooking oil. And I'm going to be adding in around 3 tablespoons. The cooking oil is going to make the dough very soft. Hence, you're going to make some soft chapatis. The trick to making soft layered chapatis is in the dough. So make sure it's soft. If you notice that you have added in lots of dry ingredients, add in a tablespoon of water at a time until the dough is on the soft side. And once done kneading, this is how your dough is going to be looking. As you can see, once you stretch the dough, it doesn't tear. That means that it's nice and soft. So I'm going to add in a tablespoon of more cooking oil. Spread on the dough. Make sure the other side is well oiled. Then I'm going to be resting the dough for around 10 to 20 minutes. During this time, you can clear your counter space and then pick your chapati pan, some rolling pin, a knife, and yeah, cooking oil. Yeah, so see you in a few. This is after 20 minutes and my dough has been resting perfectly. So now I'm going to be creating beautiful layers for our chapatis. So you're going to pick your dough, half of it, place the rest aside. Then I'm going to sprinkle some flour on my countertop. And sprinkling some flour to your countertop is going to make it easy for you to push the dough without sticking on your countertop. So you're going to push vertically and horizontally just like this, and the dough is looking absolutely amazing. Just look how colorful it's looking. You can cut some specks of pumpkin fiber, and also the color is gorgeous. You want to spread out the dough thinly, just like this. And once done, you're going to pick your cooking oil, add in around 2 tablespoons. Spread the oil on the dough. Pick your knife and cut into strips. If you're making lots of chapatis, maybe for your guests or family, or you're making a big batch, this is the perfect way to make work very easy for you, because rolling the dough or making those layers on your chapatis is going to be very easy. So you're going to pick one strip and roll just like this. That is a tiny one. I'm going to pick the next, roll it into a log just like this. And all these layers on the chapati is what is going to give you a soft layered chapati. So I'm going to place aside, then I'm going to repeat with the rest of the dough. Make sure they're the same size so that you can make same sized chapatis. Once I'm done, I'm going to pick the next half. Spread some flour on my countertop. Sprinkle some more on top and roll out using my rolling pin. Because the dough is very soft and elastic, you're not going to use so much force to roll out the dough. Once it's perfect, just like this, you're going to pick your cooking oil, spread the oil, there are different ways to create layers on your chapati, but I find this technique very simple and fast. So once I'm done, the next step is going to be cooking the dough. So you're going to spread some flour on your countertop once more. If you're making a big batch of chapati, you can cover with your kitchen towel or with a plastic wrap so that the dough doesn't dry out. But because mine is not allowed, you're going to get straight into rolling out. So you're going to pick your chapati pan, place over medium. And as the pan is heating up, you're going to be rolling out. You're going to push your dough vertically and horizontally, just like this, while flipping. And because the dough is soft, you're not going to be using so much force. So make sure to roll out the edges. You don't want thick edges on your chapati. Also, make sure not to push the middle part of your chapati too much, because once you have cooked the chapati, it's going to dry out in the middle and hence it's going to break apart. This is the point where many people get a hard time while making a circular chapati. So just carefully push the dough and it's going to be so easy for you. If you push the dough with so much force, it's going to make different shapes. So you just have to give your chapati some TLC. And once done, you're going to check if your pan is hot, transfer. Then you're going to cook for around 30 seconds to a minute, flip so that the other side can cook. This step is very crucial because you want to cook the chapati on the inside. Very quickly, you're going to pick the next piece of dough and roll out. If you notice that it's sticking on your countertop, just add in some more flour. Wow, just look at my chapati. It's very soft. You'll notice that it has air pockets. Just be careful because they're full of steam. So I'm going to cook the other side for around 30 seconds. If your fingers are burning, just pick a spatula, which is going to help you to flip the chapati. And once ready, you're going to transfer to a plate. Place in your next round. Cook for around 30 seconds to a minute. Just make sure to watch out as the chapati is cooking because you don't want it to burn. Also, if you notice that your pan is too hot, just reduce the flame so that you can cook your chapati evenly. If it's your first time trying to make chapatis, just move slowly. Yeah. It's been around 20 minutes and I'm done with the first step, which is cooking the chapati. I'm going to place my last chapati, cook it for around 30 seconds. Clip so that the other side can cook. Then I'm going to clear my working surface a little bit. Quite messy. So I'm using a bench scraper to scrape out the flour on my countertop. We are done with the messy part. So the next step is going to be adding in some gorgeous spots on your chapati, and you're going to need some cooking oil. So this is how my pumpkin chapatis are looking, and they're gorgeous, very soft. Let's look at that. So I'm going to be cooking my chapatis in batches, and I'm going to pick 4 chapatis, place on my chapati pan, add in some cooking oil, and I'm using medium low flame at this point to add those gorgeous spots on my chapatis. So you're going to move the chapati around as it's cooking while checking. Add in a little bit more oil. Flip. Just look, that gorgeous color. Flip the top one. Add in some more cooking oil. Lift up your chapatis, and at this point I usually love using a piece of paper to help me handle the hot chapatis because I don't want to burn my fingers. You can also use a kitchen paper towel to do so. Don't add in too much cooking oil because the chapatis are going to fry and then they're going to crispen up once ready, and then they'll be cracking like crisps. Flip the top one, and gorgeous. Just look at those layers. The chapati is already tearing up because it's very soft layered. I'm always super excited when making chapatis because they always turn out amazing. Let the chapati cook for a couple of seconds while moving the chapati around because you don't want very dark spots. Then my first chapati is ready. I'm going to transfer to a plate. You can also transfer to a hot pot if you're looking forward to, if the chapatis are for dinner or lunch. I'm going to be enjoying mine straight away. Check this out, so gorgeous. I'm going to flip once more. Add in some cooking oil. And let the chapati cook. This step needs you to be on your toes because once you let the chapati cook for around a couple of minutes before checking, they're going to get some dark spots. Almost done with the first round. Once done, I'm going to transfer to the rest, and then I'm going to cover with a kitchen towel so that I can trap in the steam for the chapatis not to dry out. Then I'm going to be cooking my second round. Check if the chapati is perfectly cooking, and it's looking so gorgeous. Yeah, so this is how it's looking. Flip the top one. I love making chapatis at home because it's budget friendly. With one packet of 2 kg, you can make around 30 to 40 chapatis, which are quite a lot. Yeah. So you can enjoy for lunch, dinner, or even for breakfast. If you're going to be using fat to cook your chapati, make sure it's good quality for the best outcome. You can also use ghee, and your pumpkin chapatis are going to turn out amazing as well. Let me tell you, when you start oiling your chapatis and the aroma in the kitchen gets so incredible, the children are going to get in the kitchen and enjoy the first few chapatis. So I'm done making my second round. So on to the third round, which is going to take a few minutes, and then you're going to finish off making the rest. The pumpkin chapatis are ready, and this is how they're looking, and they've been resting for around 10 minutes while I was cleaning my working surface. So they're very soft. Just look at this. Wow. Very soft and delicious. I've already had one and it was totally amazing. Just look at those layers, and the chapati is very delicious. Well seasoned. We have a nice pumpkin flavor. And the chapati is very soft. I'm super excited to enjoy with some delicious lentil stew, and it's going to be mouth-watering. You can also serve with some delicious beef stew, chicken stew, mutton stew, or even some veggies, and it's going to be amazing. Also, you can make with some smocha, and it's going to be yum.